Welcome back, everybody, to the next episode of the Minecraft Let's Play. Thank you for joining me today. I'm glad you're here. I've been very busy. Don't worry, I have been thinking about the Minecraft Let's Play. I haven't forgotten about it. Uh, I haven't been neglecting any of this. I haven't given up. So rest assured, I have been working away slowly, but unfortunately, I've been away from my computer, or my desktop computer, for a while now. I had winter break, and that was about a month long, unfortunately, so I wasn't able to do very much recording. I did do one recording, but that was related to a different game, which I posted a video on just the other day. But I haven't recorded any Minecraft over break, which I apologize for. You see, the problem is that I have only two computers. One of them is my desktop computer, which I built myself. And then my other one is this laptop, which I've had for a really long time, which works really well. It does what it needs to do, but it's a Dell Inspiron, so it doesn't record videos very well. So I could have tried to record Minecraft videos on that laptop, but the resolution would have been really bad, and the render distance would have been really low, and it just wouldn't be an enjoyable experience, and I couldn't really get any of the material or content finished the way I wanted to. So, anyways. So while I was gone over break, I did work on the Let's Play world. I have been very busy, but the majority of what I did was underground in the man cave. So without further ado, let me go ahead and show you what I've done. So I'm not going to go too far because I want you guys to kind of see it in little bits and pieces. So I'm going to look up. So as you can see, I have installed lights. So no more torches. I'm going to walk this way. Alright. Now you guys are going to really like what I did here. Yes, as you can see, I've built a tunnel in that direction. I'll explain what that is in just a minute. As you can see here, I've upgraded the nether wart farm. So it uses dispensers with buckets inside of them instead of the old-fashioned pistons. And then to replenish, you can just take it from this hopper right here. The cactus farm has been shrunk a little bit because it was producing way too much cactus. And I also had to fit something inside this wall. So it's been shrunk down. I put lights inside of it. Looks pretty cool. I'm going to put a wall of glass here one of these days since I don't need to get inside of there. I went ahead and installed stone bricks and light fixtures all over the man cave. You can see there's lights in all these areas. There's no more torches that look really ugly. This area over here is still under construction. Let me go in this direction and show you actually what I've been working on in this direction. So as you can see, I've been doing a little bit of caving as well. Found some of these caves. I haven't explored all of them. But over here, check this out. Down this stairway, if I just go all the way down, you're going to find one of the things that I found while caving. Skeleton spawner. Now this may not seem like much, but this is actually the key to building an automatic or semi-automatic farm of my choosing that uses bone meal. And I think this is really nice because not only is it underground and I can reach it from the underground farm, but I can come down here and use this if I need bone meal or whatever I need. So I have plans for the future with the skeleton spawner, but I'm not going to tell you now because I want to keep it a secret / surprise. So I'm going to go ahead and head back to the top here, and I'll show you guys what else I've been working on. Alright, here we are again. So I'm going to look down again so it's not too much. I'm not going to reveal too much too quickly. I don't want to stress you guys out. Alright. So what do we have here? What is this, you might be asking? Why are these item frames holding items inside of them doing? Allow me to show you. Cactus, netherwort, pumpkins, sugarcane. Interesting. I wonder what this could be. Well, some of you might recognize what this looks like. If you've ever seen Mumbo Jumbo, who makes Minecraft videos, he actually created what he calls a storage silo. A storage silo is basically a chest at the bottom which you can open to collect items, and then behind the scenes there's a series of stacked double chests that have comparators pointing out of them, and as they fill up, they turn on these lights. And so as this thing fills up, the lights will turn on. And then when it gets to the top here, I'll know that I need to either add more chests or I need to create a system to delete the extra drops. Pretty cool, huh? So I'm storing cactus and netherwort and nothing in these chests. So the ones that don't have items in the item frame are currently not storing anything. Now you might be asking, well, Track, that's really fine and dandy, but you can't reach the chests behind here. How the hell are you supposed to fill them up with these items? You know, I can only fill up this one chest. Well, that's where this comes in. So this might look a little bit familiar to you all. The underground reed farm. But there's a catch. The hopper here is no longer visible. And actually, let's follow this ladder down. Oh, what's this? Ah, some kind of rail system. Interesting. Oh, we got something over here too. Interesting. That looks like it connects up to the pumpkin farm. Huh. Oh, what's this? Huh. Interesting. Oh, okay, I think I know what's going on down here. Well, obviously, because I built it over break. This is an automatic collection system. So this is the redstone to power the dropper. The droppers, it provides a double pulse for them. You can see the bucket there. But all of the items get swept down the soul sand and get pushed by water streams into this hopper. Pretty cool, huh? And there's actually a minecart with chest that goes underneath the hopper, collects all the items. When the hopper is empty, it'll flip this redstone torch, and this powered rail will become unpowered when there's items inside here. When there is not an item inside there, then it will become powered, and the minecart with chest will continue on its journey. So let's say this hopper was empty, then the minecart with chest would just come in and then leave. But since there are items in here, it would stop here until it fills up. What's this right here, though? I wonder, where is this going? So this looks like the back part of the storage silos. Let's just follow this rail. Oh, interesting. So these are item sorters that use comparators. Wow, look at that. This is some advanced redstone circuitry. To be truthful, actually, though, it's actually not that hard, and I think most people who have a basic understanding of redstone could actually build this for themselves. It's basically just an item sorter with a rail attached to it, and it uses that redstone torch to control when the rail is on or off. And I'll show you in a creative world specifically what I'm talking about. So anyways, the minecart, once it's been filled with all the items down there, comes up here, goes to this hopper, drops off all of its cactus. When it detects that there's no more cactus flowing through, this redstone torch will turn back on because it'll turn off when it arrives. It'll leave, go here, do the same thing with the netherwort, continue on its journey, and do the same thing for the pumpkin and sugarcane. That's pretty cool, isn't it? And then when it's done dropping off all of the items and the chest is empty, it'll come down here and fall down this tube, and look, there it is right now. And it starts its journey right back from the bottom. Pretty cool, huh? And this chest is here just to collect various items that might have been collected by the minecart in the process. Sometimes, you know, I might break an item and not realize it because this hopper from the netherwort farm could collect anything, not just netherwort. Anyways, you get the idea. It's pretty cool. And what's even cooler is that this powered rail that the minecart is sitting on top of right now is connected to the daylight sensor. So when the daylight sensor triggers, not only will it trigger the pumpkin farm and the sugarcane farm, it'll also trigger this minecart to leave. And it uses what I have built here is what they call a pulse extender. The pulse extender just makes sure that when this pulse is triggered, it waits for the pumpkin farm and the sugarcane farm to finish harvesting before it tells the minecart to leave. Otherwise, it wouldn't collect anything from them. Pretty cool, huh? And so that's what I've been working on over break. The sugarcane farm is not done yet, unfortunately. I plan to add a couple more rows in that direction, which I'll show you later on. And then when I'm done with just what I need with the sugarcane farm, then I can add some glass here. As you can see here, it's kind of odd to see all these signs with water going through them. The truth is that items float now, so even if the item does not have ice underneath it, it'll still move at a very rapid rate of speed because it floats in the top of the water now. So it'll be going very quickly, it'll fly over here, and it'll have enough momentum to continue on in the water stream. So that's a pretty cool feature that was added into the most recent version of Minecraft. So allow me to get back where I was just a minute ago. Alright, so now that I've shown you everything, I bet you're really curious about how it all works. So without further ado, let me go ahead and drop into a creative world and show you guys some of the ideas that I had been working on and had to work out for myself in order to get all of this to fit together. So I'll see you guys there in just literally a quarter of a second. Welcome back to the creative world, everybody. So as you can see, here are the guts of the device that I had just shown you a minute ago. And as you can tell, it probably looks very complicated and very difficult to build. But rest assured, I will show you each of the pieces, and I'll even show you how to build it yourself so that you could put this into your world if you're interested. But each piece has to deal with specific problems that arise when you build the storage silos in this specific fashion right here. The design that I've built here is actually tileable, so you can have 2 storage silos or 3 or however many you want, 1 block away from each other in this fashion. It's actually pretty cool, and I think you guys will definitely find it to be very interesting how I solved all these problems. So without further ado, I'll go ahead and get us started by talking about one of the first things we have to understand about hoppers. So anyone who's played Minecraft for a while will know that hoppers never really behave exactly as you intend all the time. So anybody knows that if I put items into this chest, they'll go down into these hoppers, they'll go this way and go into this chest. However, if I put items into this chest, a lot of new players do not realize that the items will not go here, but they'll in fact go into this chest instead. The reason why is because whenever an item travels along a hopper, it always checks below it for another hopper, and goes into that hopper before going into the next one. Allow me to show you. Same thing for this chest right here. Doesn't matter what direction the items are going into the hopper, they'll always check below them before going into the next one. Just a little side note, for anyone who's curious, if I put items directly into this hopper right here, the items will get split evenly between the 2 chests. Pretty weird. That's one of the features I believe was added in the most recent version of Minecraft. Anyways, now that we understand how hoppers work, we're going to use some of those mechanics to help us. One of the issues that arises when you put hoppers on top of hoppers like this is that they'll go down. So to fix that, we just, instead of putting hoppers, we can put a chest underneath. Notice how if I put an item into this chest right here, it will not go into this chest, but rather this one. Remember, it's only looking for hoppers underneath it, and it does not care about other things like storage units. So now that we know how the chests and hoppers will work with each other, we can look at how we're going to make the display work. Obviously, it's very difficult to power glowstone lamps like this, and so that when only one chest or hopper is full, that one specific glowstone lamp will be triggered. Allow me to demonstrate. If I power this glowstone lamp right here, it'll power the 2 above it. The reason why is because this block is powered, and these ones get weakly powered by this one block that got powered. If I try triggering this one right here, it will in fact turn on this lamp, but it'll also power this one right here. Whoops. So now that we understand how that works, we can see how to fix it. So, as you can see by these lines of powered glowstone lamps, that you can actually use redstone torches to individually control each one. The only problem is that the redstone torches are always on. How do you fix that? using more redstone torches, of course. I have a redstone torch there and a redstone torch there, and when I flip this lever, that light turns on. So let's say I wanted to do the top and the bottom ones only. I could do top, bottom, and there you go. Whereas with the other system, if I wanted to do only the top and the bottom, they would be turned off instead of on, which is not what I'm looking for. Because obviously, if you had a chest full of items, you would want something turned on to represent it being full, rather than being off. Although some people would be fine with this design, I prefer the other one, to be honest. So that's how the display works, and that's how the chests and hoppers work. So I've implemented all of those things together to create this. The display uses these double redstone torches to power each one specifically without powering the others. I specifically placed the hoppers so that they would not be powered by the torches. Notice how they're all one block away. And I made sure to utilize the redstone comparators so that there is no chests on top of no hoppers on top of each other, only a chest underneath the hopper. So notice how items going into this hopper will not go into this chest, but into this one, because of this mechanic I showed you just a minute ago. If you're confused, just try staring at it for a couple of minutes, and if you understand the redstone, maybe it'll start to make sense to you, but perhaps it'd be a little bit easier if I built it for you. So what you're going to need is chests, hoppers, a building block of your choosing, comparators, and lots of redstone torches, and obviously glowstone panels in this fashion. Once you set this whole thing up, you can go behind it like this, and you'll start by creating a line of hoppers that go into this chest like that. See how that hopper is pointing into that chest? And then you just create the line of hoppers like this. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, and you want to make sure that this hopper is pointing into this chest. So if I put an item into here, it goes into that chest. Alright, next step, you want to take out your chests and put your first double chest down like this. Make sure that they're going into each other so it makes a double chest. Next step, place down a stone brick and put a redstone comparator on top of it. This will be the first redstone comparator that powers the first glowstone block at the bottom. Put a block that gets pointed to by the redstone comparator like this, redstone torch, place a block on top of the redstone torch, another redstone torch, and as you can see, it just turned on and turned off because this one was originally on and then got turned off by the one below it. That's the first glowstone lamp that's getting powered by a comparator. Now, the comparator will be reading the signal off of this hopper right here. So if I put an item into this hopper without a chest for it to leave, you'll see that that glowstone lamp turns on. And then when I put the chest back, it turns off because the item got sucked out of it and into this chest right here. To continue, place down 2 more chests, make sure that they're double chests, and then place down another hopper like this. Notice how the items will not go into this chest, but into this one because of the mechanics I showed you over there. Next step is you want to put in the next comparator that's reading the signal from this hopper. So get out your stone bricks or your decorative block of your choosing. Put down a block on top of this hopper right there so that it can read the signal like that. Place a stone brick that is receiving the signal from this comparator. Place a redstone torch. Place a block on top of that redstone torch, and then another redstone torch like that, and then that one will be controlling this glowstone lamp right here. So if I put an item into this one, obviously that glowstone lamp will be powered. Make sense? Makes sense. Alright. Let's continue doing the same thing we did before. Get out your redstone block. Place a block right there above this comparator. Take out your redstone comparator. Another one there. Another one there. Redstone torch. Block. Redstone torch. And there you go. You have your system all set up. So now all I have to do is just hook this up to my auto sorter, which will automatically sort the items from the minecart with chest over here. So if I wanted to, I could take all the items from my auto sorter and just have them go into here like that. How do I make the auto sorter? Well, if you've seen Minecraft before, you just use the standard design for an item sorter. where you have a item hopper with 6 of the item you want to sort, and then snowballs or other items, filler material. And then you have a comparator reading that signal. In this case, I had to put a block between them because I only wanted to power this hopper and not this one as well, or that one. Because if I had the redstone torch right here, I couldn't put another hopper in front of it. Anyways, long story short, you want to make sure there's a block between them. Remember that comparators can still read signals even through blocks, as you can see here. The redstone comparator will be reading the signal. When there's an extra stone brick inside of here, this signal right here will lengthen, and it will turn this redstone repeater on. When this redstone repeater turns on, this torch turns off, which allows items from here to go into here. So allow me to give you a demonstration. So items are going down. You can see that the repeater is on, the torch is off, and when we run out of items, everything resets itself. And the items will flow down here into the storage silo as we see before, and here are items at the bottom. Alright, what about this redstone torch? Why do we have this redstone torch that powers this minecart rail right here? Well, this is a design that I figured out, is that if I take this repeater and set it to 2 ticks instead of 1, which is the standard rating, and put it to 2 ticks, that will make it so that items leaving this hopper will take a little bit longer to leave, which gives the minecart a little bit more time to set this whole system up. It's all about timing. If the items get pulled out of this hopper too quickly, then this minecart rail will not get turned off fast enough, because it's already turned on to begin with. It's always on unless there's items flowing. So in this case, the signal will get lengthened so that this redstone line will get powered. The torch will be turned off, the signal will turn off, and this minecart rail will turn off as well. So the minecart will sit here and it'll unload all of its items that are being sorted, and then once this thing is done sorting all of those items and pulling them out of this minecart, then it'll turn back on and the minecart will continue on its journey. Allow me to put some items that are not being sorted into here just to give you an example. So you can see we're sorting stone bricks and not the chests. So I'll send the minecart. It'll start unloading the stone bricks. It'll ignore the chests. And when it's done, notice how this line is turned off. When it's done, the signal will turn on and it will continue on its journey, which is the system that I showed you before inside the underground man cave. And as you can see, all the items are down here. So that's the whole system in a nutshell. It's kind of complex, and it definitely uses a lot of gold and iron and redstone, nether quartz and redstone and all that good stuff. But it works, and this is the first design that I've ever seen built that is tileable. I don't know if there's any other designs out there that have the same results as the ones I have here. So definitely leave a comment or subscribe to my channel if you want to see more content like this. But without further ado, I'll go ahead and return back to the Minecraft Let's Play world. Alright everybody, welcome back to the Let's Play world. So I hope you thought the creative world exercise that I had shown you there was pretty interesting. Definitely leave me a comment in the comment section if you like that kind of stuff. I can definitely do more of it in the future. But I decided to kind of get away from the redstone for right now and go ahead and practice with some building techniques. Maybe I could share some of my ideas with you guys and you could share some of yours with mine. And that way we can both learn. So without further ado, I wanted to get started on building an actual house for the villagers here, because this building right here doesn't have a lot of doors and it's kind of basic, and it needs, it's just more like a placeholder than anything. It's more of like a central town hall. So I want this next building to be more of like a medieval themed house, like a overlapping second story house. So the way that, the technique at least that I know of that works the best, is you always want to start by just taking some cobblestone or some kind of base filler block and just make an outline for the house that you're looking for. So I usually go with something like this. Maybe I could put a doorway right here, so I could have, let's see, one there, same thing here. And there you go. So the trick is if you are going to make a village, you always want to lay down the paths first, because you want to know, okay, how am I going to get to and from the houses? Once you know what the pathways look like, then you can start to fill in the shape of the house. Now this one's going to be kind of basic. It's more of like a rectangle with a corner knocked out. So this shouldn't be too hard, but in the future I might have to make like an oblong house right here to kind of make this meet this diagonal shape or whatever. I have a space over here that I actually like to put a circular house in right there, and maybe even knock out some of the fences in that area because they look kind of ugly. But for right now, I think this will work just nicely. So if I was a villager, I would want to go up one, and then this right here would be the wooden floor. So I'm going to raise this up so it's all in the same level. So now that we have that all figured out, I need to put in some logs in the corners. Kind of get an idea of how I'm going to lay this out. I typically use, I'm not going to put a log here because I'm thinking about putting a door right there. This guy's already trying it out for himself. I'd want the door to be here and here. That way, when I go in, it opens like that. And when I close, it's closed like that. It looks kind of weird because in Minecraft, doors like that are derpy. You don't want to actually use pressure plates. If this is an actual house that villagers were not using, like just I would go in and out, I might put a pressure plate right here for convenience, but villagers don't need pressure plates, so you don't need to bother. Alright, so now that that's all sorted out, I'm actually going to put a wooden oak log in the corners of the door here. Now for the lower level, I always make the roof really low. So what I'll actually do here is I'll make this 3 tall, and then I'll use half slabs to make the whole room 2.5 tall, so it feels like the room is low. Sweet, so I have my doorway right here, I have my 2 doors right here. Now, because this is a village, I'm actually going to try to fit in another door back here. Because the more doors you have into a house, the more villagers are actually going to come into it and make it their house. Because the way a village works is it doesn't matter how big the house is. What they care about is how many doors there are in the house, which is kind of wacky. So I'm actually going to see if I can knock this out right here. So when I place the doors, I typically want them to be on the inside and not on the outside because I want it to look a little bit more 3D. Okay, I'm going to make everything out of cobblestone, because I want the lower level to be made mostly out of cobblestone. Now, this is kind of weird because it's like a grade. So I think what I'm going to do here is... And then there needs to be wood right here, obviously. Okay, fill that in with dirt. Perfect. I have a little house here with a little grade. Alright, so now that that's all figured out, let's go ahead and figure out the window situation. So I typically do put windows into the lower level, but I don't make them too big. There we go, that could work. This side, no window there because it's too small. And you know what, I'm going to try to sneak in just another door right here. I know it's going to look really weird to have all these doors, but trust me, the more doors you have, the more villagers. Put in a little bit more cobblestone right here. Now for this part right here, you see where the door closes like that? I want there to be a piece of cobblestone directly above the door, but not inside of it, so it's like that. There we go. Ooh, now that's looking a lot better. In fact, can I do this? No, I can't put it on top of the stair, unfortunately. That was worth a shot. I think we can still work with this. So the next action would be to take a bunch of half slabs and fill in this entire area, which I'm going to do right now. Alright, so I've gone ahead and started on the pillars on the outside. So the trick to making it look cool is to use these little spruce stairs, which are very close in color to the bark of the oak wood, to kind of make it look like it's going out and then up one, like it's like a little support area. And then in this case, I don't have, I can't do corner stairs right there, so I just use half slabs. Seems to work pretty well. I've started to put in the birch wood there. I think it looks okay. And I also went up here, made a staircase going up to the upper area, and then filled everything in with oak wood. There you go. And that's the basics of how you build a medieval-looking house in Minecraft. It looks like I'm supposed to have a pillar right here. In fact, if I would, I'd have to put one like in this spot right here. It'd be uneven from that one, but it feels like I really do need one there. I might add it later on. Once I have this all figured out, so now this room is pretty much fleshed out. I just need to figure out if I'm going to put a pillar right here. Yeah, I'd put the pillar like right in this area right here. And I want to have one right there as well. And it looks pretty even to me. And then the last step, obviously, would be to put in a roof, which I'll show you in just a minute once I finish this upper area. Alright, everybody. So I went ahead and skipped over all the boring parts for you guys and just want to show you what the final product looks like here. Well, not the super duper final product, but the mostly finished product here. So it seems like I didn't have enough spruce wood to have a dark spruce wood roof, so I just made it out of oak wood, which I think looks okay. I think the contrast is nice there with the oak wood roof and then the birchwood walls. I think that looks really nice. This still looks very plain because it doesn't have a lot of details. So I plan on maybe incorporating some of those in just in a minute here, and then I'll show you guys what I think would look passable, I guess you could say. Keep in mind, this is not my best attempt at building. I have only done this for a few minutes here, and I haven't, taken a lot of time to really make it look super duper nice, so I'll definitely find ways to make it look better as time goes on here, but I think it'll look a lot better once I have the details. So I definitely got the nice roof going on there. I think it looks okay. I used the double stairs to make the sides look really thick. This part right here was just crying to be installed with the pillar, so I added a pillar right there. I installed all the windows. So yeah, it's definitely coming out here as my first house. I think it's looking okay. It's definitely a good contrast to this big, huge building right here. And I like how it overlaps by one. It really it gives it that medieval look to it. So if you can hear that, we actually have a baby villager already. So these two have really been busy the last few Minecraft hours. I've seen them walking into and out of this house right here, so I know for a fact that they recognize it as part of the village. So hopefully, once we get some farmers around here, not just librarians, because we need farmers in order to create food. Because these guys can't farm. All they can do is just, have good trades. But I'm sure once we get some farmer villagers around here, then we can really start to boost the population. Keep in mind this is one of the larger houses. I'm going to build a couple smaller houses too, so not all of them are going to be this big because I just don't have the time and resources to make a bunch of these big houses. So maybe a good sprinkling of large houses, small houses. That way I can produce as many doors as possible without using all the resources, because the more doors I have, the more villagers I can have in the village. I think right now, like, the number of villages... Oh, hey, rain stopped for us. The number of villagers that this village can handle is about 4 or 5, because you need like 2.5 doors for every one villager, and I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 doors, which means I can have about 4 villagers. Close to 4 villagers. So, yeah, once that guy grows up, then we'll pretty much be full again. So I'll have to keep making houses and everything. So, yeah, apparently you need a lot of resources to make a really big village, but for now, we'll just continue to build here and there, and then I'll add more details. So, okay, I'm going to just add the last finishing touches to this house, and then I'll end the episode. And here is the final product you guys are looking for. I think I got this nicely going here. I have these little feet here, and the wood kind of goes through. I like how I did with the corner here. This is pretty interesting. It took me a while to figure this out, but I think that looks nice too. I think I did a pretty good job with the details of this build and everything. It's not perfect, it's not like one of the OP builds you see on like Google Images, but definitely think that it will suffice as a house for a village. So, and it's definitely better than the basic ones that are, one of those basic villages you find in Minecraft that are really crappy looking. So, now that I have the village all built here, I think I'm pretty much done with this part right here. And in the future, I might put another smaller house right here that has some doors in it too. Probably want to fit as many doors as possible in all the nooks and crannies. But yeah, things are definitely looking nice. It really does look kind of odd to have this big medieval house kind of sitting next to this almost like castle piece. But I think it I think it's good to have diversity. They have things that don't look quite the same next to each other. It really kind of breaks things up, makes it look interesting. In the future, I might add some like planters next to these windows, put some flowers there, definitely put some long grass around here. That kind of really makes the build come out some more, makes it look a lot nicer. So yeah, but that's pretty much all the time I have for today. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and prepare the comment of the day, and then we'll end the episode. So I'll see you guys in the library. Alright, so let's go ahead and do the comment of the day here. So, my friend here, Turbo Nova, left a nice little comment saying, underrated channel. So, it definitely is encouraging for me because I know that you guys are definitely watching and you're giving me your feedback and you guys think that I'm doing a good job. So, I'll definitely keep to doing what I'm doing right now. I won't change anything. I'll go ahead and keep working hard to make these videos really nice for you guys. But yeah, again, I really appreciate all the support that you guys give me. It's really helpful. It really encourages me to keep working. Yeah, I apologize for not posting anything for almost a month there. I'm trying as hard as I can not to do things like that in the future, and I definitely will focus on that more as I get more and more viewers on my channel. So, but it just definitely is encouraging to get that feedback, and definitely want to keep working hard for you guys. So, I really enjoyed what I do here on the channel. It really challenges me to do something different. It also challenges me to kind of get out of my comfort zone and kind of make myself vulnerable, if you will. So I really am learning a lot from it, and I'm really getting a lot out of it. So definitely enjoy what I'm doing, and I'll definitely keep on doing it. So without further ado, thank you very much for watching this episode. Please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more Minecraft content. I definitely appreciate everything you guys do for me, all the subscriptions, all the comments, all the views, all the ratings. Really appreciate everything you guys do for me. So anyways, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Take it easy.